Yeah, I've been trapping around the world. I sit on my balcony and wonder how you feeling. I got a career that takes my time away from Will.
I'm so much. Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced. So no one else can do like you do. That's why I spend my life with you. I wanna please you in any way I can. I wanna share my world, don't you understand? Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give all day long. Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. Hi guys, yeah, so I'm just gonna record myself while I'm going, getting ready for this date / going on this date, because I want to do this little series of like calling it first dates experiences or something along the lines of that. And I thought it would be a nice little journey, especially as a person of color and somebody who is also very young, to show you what dating is like for me, what my experience is like. So tonight I'm going on a date with this guy. This will be our second date officially. I haven't decided if I actually like my eyes and if I want to keep the eyes. It was supposed to match my Uggs, but I don't know how I'm feeling about my eye. Like, I feel like I might have to darken it up or something, or put some liner on. Cause I really don't want to put lashes on, but I might have to. But I just put this elf liquid halo glow filter on, and I love it, you guys. This is in the shade tan/deep, and I've just really been loving that, so I just put that all over my face. Then but yeah, I just want to talk about my experience so far. So this, like I was saying, this is my second date with this guy. The first date went really well. We went on my first date when I came back from college, and we went bowling and we went to a restaurant, and it was really nice. And you know, we asked all the typical like first date questions, like where you go, do you see yourself on fire, do you want kids, do you not want kids, is marriage something you like to look at? Because during a first date, those is when you're supposed to ask all those heavy nitty-gritty questions. And I feel like a lot of people forget that that's what you're supposed to do during your first date, and they forget that. So then by the time it comes down to asking everything else, you kind of forgot. So then that ends up causing issues down the line, because then you'd be like, oh my god, like WTF, that me and this person is low-key not compatible. You know why you and that person is not compatible? It's because you didn't ask those hard-hitting nitty-gritty questions on the first date. Get in that man's business, and if he say, god, you want to know so much about me, it's like, duh, because that's the point of a first date. Like, and if that man is like questioning you, or like kind of don't want to answer your questions, I ain't gonna hold you, I would consider that a red flag. Because it's like, it's the first date, why wouldn't you want me to know about you, you know? And it's like, it's getting very much weird. Like, I don't know how to explain it. At least in my opinion, I think that's very weird, because like, it's a first date. Like, just answer the questions, and then it just, you can also kind of just like obliterate like any kind of like red flags for the most part, when you like ask the nitty-gritty questions that needs to be asked on a first date. So that's another reason why I like doing them so much. I'm just gonna like blend out my contour really quickly. But yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of really nervous, because like, I hate dating. I know we all say we hate dating, but like, no, I really do kind of hate dating because you have to go through that whole stage of asking the whole what's your favorite colors and all that stuff all over again. And it can be mentally draining, especially when you're a black woman. It can be mentally draining because a lot of the times people like the ideal of dating us, but they don't want to date us. And it's not something that I ever really had to experience or learn about until I got to college and learned that, like, especially going to PWI, like, really black women, we sometimes are the bottom of the barrel when it comes down to these dating pools, which sucks because we have so much to offer and we go through so much, and yet like it's like we have to go the extra mile every single time when compared to our other counterparts who could just do the bare freaking minimum. And it's just like, it's a little frustrating to have to like actually deal with that and observe that. And it's just like, wow, like, it's just like, wow, like, I don't know how else to explain it than just like, wow, like, I'm gonna have to experience this. Like, there's no way around it. It's just like kind of crazy because I never had to like really think about that until I attended my PWI. And it's like, wow, it's just like, wow. But anyway, I'm just doing my makeup right now. I told myself I wasn't going to go all out with makeup, but then I seen my Fenty Beauty 4 palette. I haven't used this palette besides like once or twice after I bought it, but this is what it looks like. It's pink. And these are the quad palettes that she released like years ago, but this was in the shade 4 Rose, and I used the shades Spice Trip and Sleepanova. I think these are what they're called, Spice Trip and Sleepanova, on my eyes, because I was like, that Sleepanova shades matches my Uggs and matches the purse I want to use. So I thought, like, if I do this, then I can use that and it will just help. Also, my tips for my ladies: spray down your face when you're using like cream products or more liquid products, because this will keep the products that kind of like drying out, sort of, kind of, and then you can just use them as however you see fit. Okay, because I kind of snatched my nose contour today and I'm really feeling it. But yeah, I'm just so nervous because I'm so tired of just like dating. And you probably got, I probably should also address this. You're probably like, dating? Like, we thought you had a man. It's like last time you checked, you had a boyfriend. Last time you checked, I definitely did have a boyfriend. But me and him are not together, and I'm not going to go into that because there's honestly, truly no bad blood between baby boy. We just ended up not being compatible with each other over time anymore because our views and goals of like our life and the lifestyle we wanted were not aligning. And the one thing I'm not going to do as a black woman when dating is lower my standards for any man, because my standards is my standards, and there's somebody out there who's gonna meet my standards. Like, obviously my standards aren't like that crazy because like I'm only 21, so some of my standards are just like, you need to have a plan with your life. You need to know something you want to do with your life. It's not my job to sit up here and stay in a relationship with you and figure out what you want to do with your life. We don't even have one bit of an ideal. Like, it would be different if you had an ideal and then the plans change, because you know plans and goals change all the time. They're supposed to. Goals are supposed to be manipulative. You're supposed to be able to mold them and move them as you see fit, because you know sometimes your short-term goal ends up becoming a long-term goal and vice versa. So I just thought that like that was like really important to like point out. I'm gonna go ahead and bake, not bake, but I'm gonna set my under eyes, and I'm just setting my under eyes with the thinnest amount of powder. And this powder is the Maybelline Fit Me Powder Loose Setting Powder in the shade Deep, whatever. Just setting it because if I don't set it right away, my under eyes they're gonna crease like a mug. There's no way I'm getting out of that. They're gonna crease. I just hope my makeup is gonna look good. I'm nervous, y'all. I'm so nervous. But yeah, back to like I was saying, like I don't feel like as black women we should have to constantly be the only people to move by our standards. It's always like, well, you know, the whole like Bonnie Clyde thing has some of us in a chokehold, and it's just like, baby, let it go. I'm so tired of feeling like in order to have love as a black woman, it has to be considered struggle love. Like, absolutely not. This is not love and basketball. This is not me saying double or nothing. I'm not playing for your heart. It's either you want to be with me, or you don't want to be with me. And if you don't want to be with me, that's fine. But it's like, also don't waste my time, because my time is valuable. Your time is valuable. And I could have been dedicating that time to somebody else who knew probably what they wanted, or had a little bit of a better idea of what they wanted, and that's okay. Just don't waste my time. That is one of my biggest pet peeves, when people waste my time. Please don't waste my time. Anyway, I'm kind of just ranting and rambling because I'm so nervous. I don't know, like I'm so nervous. Like I don't know how to feel right now. Like I'm nervous because I want things to work out with this guy, because it's not the first time we tried to work things out. And it's okay to give people second chances, because stuff happens, life happens, especially when those are from people like you tried to mess with in high school. I've always say give the people in high school a second chance, because when you're in high school, you know, like we're all like kind of dumb. We kind of all think we know what we want, know what we're talking about. We all kind of like have what some idea of what a relationship wants to like be like, but really we don't know anything in high school. Like we're just out here like winging it, man, in high school, and we really don't know anything. And that's also like a really big like pet peeve of mine. I feel like in high school, like we have such this kind of like unexpected expectations of what a relationship is supposed to be like, because we're seeing each other every day, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And maybe if we're lucky, we might have classes together. So then it was like another thing kind of like taken off the plate that you didn't have to worry about if you had classes together. So it's just like, really? Just a lot. So just trying to like not be nervous, try to be myself, remember to be myself. You guys, after doing this, I don't know if I like my makeup look. I don't know if I like my makeup. Okay, so I decided to take off my eye look because I wasn't feeling it. And I think I'm just going to leave it like it is and just do my traditional like smoky eye. But before I do that, I got to bake. Love me a good bake. Not too crazy though. Not too crazy. I'm going to go ahead and just talk about what are my red flags for dating. My first red flag is chivalry. If he can't show no ounces chivalry, I don't want that man. You can have him. Keep him to yourself. I want my man to open my doors for me. I don't want my man to want me to ever touch a door. Period. Get in the car, out of the car, the house. I don't care what it is. I want him to be able to do that for me. And that don't have to be realistic for you, but it's realistic for me. My first real boyfriend, long-term wise, he always opened my doors, and I didn't realize that was something I missed in a relationship until I got out of my most recent current relationship, and he like never opened the door for me. And we like, if he did, it was like a very rare occasion that he did open the door. And then when he did open the door, I'm over here like running with like a chicken running with his head cut off, because I'm like, oh my god, he opened my door for me. And that like, it was the bare minimum, and I'm like, oh my god, like I love this man, so I'm gonna move for this man because he did the freaking bare minimum by opening my door. Absolutely not. Another red flag for first date is if you don't pick up the tab. If he doesn't pick up the tab, baby, don't date that man, okay? Because it's gonna be like that every single time, where he's probably not gonna pick up the tab. And I say this because it's a first date, so you want to impress that person. You're trying to get to know that person, like you want to do the whole 9 yards. And it's like, if he won't pay for your first date, would he pay for anything? And this is not even about like being materialistic or anything, but for me it's just like, you invited me out, you asked for my time, and I feel like at least for my time in this conversation I'm giving you, the least you can do is pay for this meal. And if they come to the date with the expectation that they don't have to pay for you, babe, he's not a keeper. Do not go on another date with that man. That's just my 2 cents on it. A red flag is like the type of questions that they're asking you. If they're asking you like small, like nitty gritty things that like are really abstract and doesn't like really like contribute to the conversation, I guess I would say that's a red flag, because it's like, if you are actively contributing to the conversation, then I feel like you know like where that kind of person stands at. But it shouldn't have to be you carrying this whole conversation when you're on a date. Like, what? That's just so bizarre to me. Also, it's like, is he engaging in a conversation? And when I say engaging, I mean like actively listening to you. Like, is he really paying attention to what you're saying, or he's just like nodding his head and just shaking and going like, kind of like going with the flow? A lot of dudes do that, so it's like a point that you pay attention to that, because it's like, if he's doing that on your first date, more than likely he's going to do that the rest of the relationship or the time that you're dating. You want to be on a date with somebody who really genuinely cares about the words that are coming out of your mouth, because the words that are coming out of your mouth is important. Because if they wasn't important, you wouldn't be on a first date. So yeah, also, if he has kids, I don't think him having kids is a red flag, or him having baby mama is a red flag. But if it's something he might not bring up, and it's like something you can see like on his socials or something, please ask that man about it in his relationships with his baby mama. Okay? Because some of these men out here be like, oh, this is my baby mom's, like, I don't really mess with her no more, and then he's still screwing her behind your back, or doing stuff that he shouldn't be doing, while also trying to pursue a relationship with you. Like, absolutely not. Like, you're worth more than that. And if you are talking with somebody who is a kid, make sure that's something that you want, because if things do get serious, then you might have to be also involved in that child's life and maybe the other parent's life. And that's important, because when you're dating somebody with a child, it's also important that you have a good relationship with their child, because it's not just you and him. That child also is a factor, and 9 times out of 10 the child is always going to come first before you. So it's important that you understand that and have that relationship with the child, and there's nothing wrong with that. I know people who dated like men with kids. Could never be me though, because personally I'm not mentally stable to like want to take care of somebody else's kid and help raise them at this point in my life. Maybe somewhere down the future, but if we're talking about like right now, only, absolutely not. Okay, I was trying to get my wings as good as possible, but I think that's as good as they're going to get. It's kind of really hard coming up with these red flags, because I don't want to like offend anybody, and I don't want people to be like, oh, you're saying this is a red flag, but this isn't even a red flag. What else? I think it's a red flag also if you're on a first date and they talk about their ex. Like, ew, don't bring up your ex. You're supposed to be exploring your options. And I feel like if somebody brings up their ex, especially on a first date, I usually feel like 9 times out of 10 it means that that person is really not over their ex. So I would be like wary of that. I really don't know any other red flags, because I'm only 21. Like, there's only so many red flags that I can point out, at least in my day and age. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my makeup off camera, and then I'll come back to you guys when I am done. So I'm all dressed for my date. I finished my makeup. I set my face off camera. I'm just about to put on perfume. I'm gonna wear White Diamonds by Elizabeth Taylor. This is a grandma scent, but I love this scent. I can't help it. I really do love this scent. I spray some on my hair, my clothes like that, and boom. And I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all my outfit. Just give me one quick second. My outfit, I'm just wearing this black top. This is really old. It's like, what are those called, like leotards thingies. I didn't have these black ripped jeans, and then I'm wearing these like baby blush Uggs. And then I switched out my purse. I was carrying this one earlier, but I switched out, and I'm gonna carry this purse because I feel like it kind of matches my Uggs. So that is the look that we are going for. This is kind of what it looks like all together. I mean, the pinks are not exactly 100% spot on, but they're in this close enough range. So yeah, I'm a little nervous, but we're gonna keep it pushing. So I was done with my makeup, but I keep looking in the mirror, and everything in me keeps saying makes this like a smoky look. Like, so I'm gonna put some black, like drag some black liner down to make it look like sharp and pointy. Kind of like the cat eyes. And then I'm gonna line the bottom on the outer edge. Okay, that looks better because it's giving more a smoky look now versus, see, it's giving like a smoky cat eye look. Now this, I'm loving it. I'm feeling it. I'm just playing music, waiting for him to come. Y'all, I'm so nervous. I know this is our second date. I'm so nervous. Oh my god. But also I'm gonna say, whoever idea it was to put Rare Beauty in the inner center, the blush,